My mom still hangs out with my ex-fiancé's family, and last week she chose them over me. The day I walked into my mom's backyard and saw my ex-fiancé tossing a football with my oldest son, I almost dropped the container of lasagna I'd brought for dinner. Not because he was there, I'd long suspected she still saw them, but because he was wearing a t-shirt I bought him 2 weeks before I caught him cheating on me with the dental hygienist from his office. Because he winked at me. Because my son smiled like they were old friends. I don't think my mom even noticed my face. She just waved her hands like a game show host and said, "Oh, look who stopped by." Small world, right? That moment was a fracture. I didn't scream. I didn't leave. I just went silent and helped set the table while my ex handed my toddler a juice box. That wasn't the first time. Let me back up. My ex-fiancé's family and mine have always been close. Long before we dated, our parents were friends, backyard barbecues, ski trips, holidays. When we started dating, it felt inevitable. Like something everyone had quietly hoped for. We got engaged at 24. He proposed at the top of a lighthouse, all scripted and perfect. My mom cried harder than I did. Then, a year before the wedding, I caught him cheating. He admitted it easily. Too easily. It didn't mean anything, he said. She was just fun. That was it. No tears. No fight. I moved out the next week. My mom was sympathetic, sort of. She kept saying, people make mistakes, and at least he didn't get her pregnant. I thought she was just trying to comfort me. But looking back, I think she was mourning the breakup more than I was. I moved on. Eventually. I met my husband 2 years later, quiet, funny, steady. A real adult. We got married and had 2 kids. Our life isn't flashy, but it's ours. No drama. No surprises. No lighthouses. But the ghost of my ex still floats through every birthday and barbecue my mom hosts. Sometimes he's there in person. Sometimes it's his parents, or his sister, or his goddamn nephew. And every time, my mom pretends it's a coincidence. Last year, things escalated. We were at a friend's engagement party when I got a text from my mom, "Kiddos napping, all good here." We drove over around 5:30 to pick up our kids. When we pulled up, there were balloons. A folding table stacked with gift bags. Kids in the yard with face paint. We walked straight into a birthday party. My ex's nephew's birthday party. I froze. My husband stiffened. My youngest was asleep in the back seat, so we had to wait. I tried to laugh it off. My husband grabbed my hand. My mom beamed at us like nothing was wrong. My ex's mother hugged me. My ex gave my husband a firm handshake. My stomach turned over like something rotten had uncoiled in it. We waited until our son woke up, made awkward small talk, then left. The whole drive home I kept trying to explain it to myself. It's just old friendships. She doesn't mean anything by it. It's harmless. But that night I couldn't sleep. Because I realized my mom knew. She didn't tell us about the party because she knew we wouldn't come. And she wanted us there anyway. I confronted her the next day. Tried to explain that while I understood her loyalty to her friends, I didn't want my kids around my ex's family. That I didn't want my ex building familiarity with them. She listened with a smile that never quite reached her eyes and said, "You're overreacting. They're just kids. What do you think is going to happen?" I dropped it. For peace. For holidays. But this week? This week shattered something. My husband was out of town, so I made plans to spend the day with my mom and let the kids stay for dinner. She texted that morning, looking forward to it. Got stuff for tacos. An hour before we were supposed to come over, I got another message. "Just FYI, ex's mom and nephew showed up. You're still welcome though." I stared at my phone for a long time. Reread it 3 times. They showed up. On taco night. The exact time she knew I was coming. I texted back, "I won't come while they're there. I don't want to be in that situation." She replied, "She won't leave and I don't want to be rude." That was it. No apology. No acknowledgement that she was choosing them over me and my kids. I sat in my kitchen holding my phone like it had slapped me. My daughter asked if we were still going to grandma's. I told her no. I made tacos at home. Ate them in silence while the kids watched TV. 12 hours later, my mom still hasn't responded to my last message. No follow-up. No, sorry you were hurt. Nothing. I called my brother. Explained what happened. He said, "Why wouldn't you come over when ex's mom is there?" That's weird. That's when I realized something uglier than I wanted to admit. They don't think I'm overreacting. They think I'm the problem. Next part coming soon. Let's just say this rabbit hole goes deeper than you think. And the next time I walked into my mom's house, there was a photo on the wall I hadn't seen in years. Of me and my ex. On the night he proposed. Still framed. Still smiling. Still hanging right next to the photos of my wedding to someone else. Update 1. She said it was just a picture. But it was the only one in a silver frame. 2 days later, I drove back to my mom's house alone. I told my husband I needed to talk to her. That I couldn't let it sit in silence like we always do. That I was tired of pretending everything was fine for the sake of peace when peace had started to feel like rot. The house looked the same. It always does. Trimmed hedges, potted mums, American flags slowly fading on the porch. Like a Norman Rockwell painting dipped in denial. She opened the door like nothing had happened. "Oh, you came," she said with a smile. "You want coffee?" I stepped inside. The smell hit me first, old candles and something sweet in the oven. It smelled like my childhood. It made me sick. Then I saw it. The photo wall. She rearranged it. All new frames. Matching black wood for every photo, graduations, baby birthdays, our wedding. My wedding. Except one. One photo was still in its old silver frame, polished and prominent. Dead center. Me and my ex standing on that lighthouse balcony. His hand on my back. My mouth open in surprise. That stupid glowing sky behind us. I stood there staring until she noticed. "Oh," she said like she'd forgotten. "I meant to swap that out. But it's such a good picture of you. You look so happy." I didn't look at her. "That's from the proposal." "I know," she said brightly. "You just look radiant." She wasn't trying to hurt me. That's the worst part. She wasn't malicious. She was nostalgic. Stuck. "I'm married," I said finally. "You've met my husband. That's not our life anymore." She shrugged. "You can't just erase the past." "No," I said. "But you don't have to display it next to the life I built after him." She didn't understand. She didn't want to. Later, over coffee, I tried again. I told her how hurt I'd been about the birthday party. About the way she let people into her house who were no longer part of my story. People I had to surgically remove from my life just to breathe again. She nodded a lot. Made soft, sympathetic sounds. But when I said I didn't want my kids around them anymore, she flinched. "They love the boys," she said. "It's not fair to punish them." "Punish who?" She didn't answer. I left after that. Didn't yell. Didn't cry. I just stood up, thanked her for the coffee, and walked out. In the car, I sat with the engine off, watching the reflection of that house in my rearview mirror. The place I was raised. The place I came back to again and again even after it stopped feeling safe. I texted my husband, "Don't let me bring the kids here for a while. I need space." He replied instantly, "Whatever you need, I've got you." I thought that would be the end of it. But the next morning, I got a call from my ex's sister. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail. Her voice was tight, angry, like she'd rehearsed this. "Hey, I'm not sure what your problem is, but you need to stop dragging our family into your drama. My mom was heartbroken when you didn't come to the party. She was trying to be nice. You think the world revolves around you just because you married someone else? Grow up." I listened to it twice. Then I got another message. This one from an unknown number. A screenshot of a group chat between my mom, my ex's mom, and two other women I didn't recognize. In it, my mother wrote, "She's always been sensitive. I think she still has feelings for him." I stared at that sentence until the words stopped making sense. My mom, telling them I still had feelings, that I was the problem, that my boundaries were weakness. That's when I stopped crying. Something hardened. I called my brother, told him about the screenshot, about the voicemail. He sighed. "Yeah, Mom thinks you're being dramatic. She says you're trying to rewrite history." "Whose history?" I asked. "She means the family history. She said you act like you're the only one who got hurt." That's when I realized this isn't about me and my ex. It never was. It's about the narrative. The illusion my mom needs to keep intact. The idea that we're all still one big happy extended family. That we just grew apart, but nothing bad ever really happened. Because admitting the truth, that I was betrayed, that I was discarded, that I had to rebuild my entire life while she clung to the pieces of the old one, that would make her complicit. And she'd rather paint me as bitter than face that. So I made a decision. No more visits. No more pretending. And when the holidays come this year, she can celebrate with whichever family she chose to frame. Next update soon. Let's just say I started digging into the guest list from that birthday party. And what I found changed everything. Update 2. My ex's mom sent my son a gift with a card that said, "We miss you," and my mom helped her do it. It arrived on a Tuesday. A red and blue Amazon package addressed to my son with no return name, just a local P.O. box. I opened it because he's 6 and still thinks letters only come on his birthday. Inside was a remote-control dinosaur. My son screamed when he saw it. He thought it was from me. There was a card. It said, "To our favorite little explorer. We miss you. Come visit sometime. Love, Nana C and Uncle Evan." My blood went cold. Nana C was what my ex's mom used to ask my son to call her. He was barely verbal when I ended that relationship. He doesn't remember her. He doesn't remember any of them. But she's writing like they're part of his life. Like I'm the one who erased them. I asked my husband if he knew anything about it. He didn't. He looked like I just told him someone had been peeking through our windows. We agreed, no more packages. No more loopholes. I took the toy away. Told my son it had to be returned. He cried. And that night, after he was asleep, I called my mother. She picked up on the second ring. "You got it," she said. My mouth went dry. "You knew." "I didn't think it would be a big deal," she said quickly. "She just wanted to send a little something." She asked for your address and I figured it was harmless. You gave my address to my ex's mother? She just wanted to send a gift, she said again, like repetition made it better. It's not like she showed up at your door. Are you insane? I hissed. You gave my address to someone I specifically told you I don't want in my life. You let her send something to my child. You helped her. It's just a toy, she snapped. No, it's a boundary. And you broke it. She started crying then. The performative kind. I've seen her do it before. At parties when someone called her out. At funerals when she needed the attention. I recognized the pattern. You've always been so difficult, she said. So dramatic. I just wanted to make everyone feel included. Everyone but me, I said. You wanted to make her feel included. Not me. Not my husband. Not your grandkids. She didn't respond. I hung up. Blocked her number. Blocked my ex's family. Every number. Every social. The next day, my husband called the local post office and requested a block on deliveries from that P.O. box. But it wasn't over. 3 days later, a Facebook post went up. From my mom. A photo of my son taken 2 months ago when we visited her. He's sitting on her porch swing eating a popsicle. He looks happy. Totally unaware. The caption? Missing my sweet boy today. Families are complicated, but love is simple. Some of us will always be here waiting with open arms. I saw red. She used my kid. Posted him publicly. Used him to twist the story to paint herself as the heartbroken grandma shut out by her cruel daughter. I reported the photo. Facebook didn't take it down. So I called her. Left one voicemail. If you ever post my children again, I will file a cease and desist. I don't care if you're my mother. I don't care if you cry. I don't care how complicated you think love is. This is your last warning. She didn't reply. Instead, my brother did. He sent me a voice message that lasted 2 minutes and 31 seconds. In it, he accused me of being vindictive, unstable, and cruel. Said mom was heartbroken and just trying to keep the family from falling apart. She didn't mean any harm, he said. She's just old-fashioned. She misses how things used to be. Can't you just let her have that? No, I can't. Because how things used to be means me crying alone in my childhood bedroom while my ex texted other women from our shared account. It means my mom pouring him more wine at dinner and saying, men get bored, honey. That's just life. It means watching her light up when he walked in even after he shattered me. They all want a time machine. I want a firewall. The next time she sends something, I won't just block her. I'll document everything. I'll talk to a lawyer. Because now it's not just emotional betrayal. It's about my kids. And I'll scorch the earth before I let her turn them into props for a nostalgia she never earned. More soon. I just found out there's a group chat with my ex, my mom, my brother, and 2 women I don't know. And they've been talking about me. Update 3. They've been keeping tabs on me for months and my mom is the one who helped them do it. I don't know why I clicked the link. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe it was the late-night paranoia that blooms after betrayal. But there it was, an old high school acquaintance had sent me a Facebook message with no context. Just a single link to a public post. It opened to a profile named Family Always Wins. The cover photo was my ex's nephew. The pinned post was a collage of love baby photos, wedding prep pictures, beach days from when I used to tag along on their family trips. A smiling snapshot of me at 22 balancing a paper plate of barbecue in their backyard. And then, buried in the third row, a photo of me and my kids. From a park we visited last month. My youngest is chasing bubbles. My oldest is standing next to me with a balloon dog in his hand. The photo is taken from across the park, zoomed in, slightly grainy but unmistakably us. The caption read, "Some people run from their roots, but the ones who love them never stop watching the horizon." I dropped my phone. I called my husband. Woke him up. My voice was flat, robotic. "They're watching us," I said. It wasn't a metaphor. They're actually watching. The next day, I created a fake Facebook account. I joined the group Family Always Wins and scrolled through the admin list. There were 5 members. My ex's sister. My ex's mom. A woman I didn't recognize. My brother. And my mother. My mother. They've been tracking our movements. Screenshotting my public posts. Zooming in on vacation pictures. Speculating about my marriage. He looks stressed in that one. I don't think she wears her ring anymore. The little one looks like ex's name sometimes, doesn't he? My mother posted a poll in January. Should I try writing her a letter from ex's nephew? Just something sweet? No pressure. Over 80 comments. Most said yes. One comment stuck with me: it's better to stay present in the child's life now than wait until she poisons him against you forever. From my brother. I couldn't breathe. This wasn't about nostalgia. This wasn't about harmless boundaries being misunderstood. This was surveillance. Emotional espionage disguised as sentimentality. I showed everything to my husband. He went white. We agreed on 3 things. No more public posts. Not from either of us. We scrubbed our profiles. Locked everything down. We changed the locks. Again. We bought cameras for the front porch and both kids' windows. Because I can't prove they were physically near the park. But I know someone took that photo. And the only person who knew we'd be there that day was my mom. We called a lawyer. Explained everything. The packages. The unsolicited gifts. The Facebook group. The pattern. She didn't laugh. She didn't act shocked. She said this happens more than people think. That sometimes when control slips, people lash out by weaving these alt narratives where they are the victims, where they are the rightful family and everyone else is just confused. She advised us to send a formal cease and desist. So we did. One for my mother, one for my brother, one for my ex's family. It was quiet for a week. Then came the email. From my mom. No greeting. No signature. Just, I can't believe what you've become. You used to be kind. Now all I see is bitterness. Maybe you should ask yourself who's really causing all this drama. It's not me. I just wanted love. I didn't reply. Because that email wasn't for me. It was for her. To feed her version of events. To archive her own heartbreak. To share in that little private echo chamber where I'm the villain and she's the mother who tried her best. But I see it now. It's not about love. It's not about family. It's about power. About the illusion that she still holds emotional access to me. That she can rewrite history by staging enough sweet moments and public grief. And the truth? She can't. Because I finally stopped performing. And now? Now she's just another woman locked out of a story she thought she authored. Final update coming soon. Let's just say, she's not the only one who knows how to weaponize nostalgia. Final update, I took back the last thing she had and she'll see it every time she walks into her living room. There was a photo in my mother's living room. Framed in dark walnut, hung just above the fireplace. A group shot taken the summer I got engaged. Everyone's in white linen. Everyone's smiling. The whole family. His family. I was in the center. That photo stayed up even after I left him. After the cheating. After the ring came off. It stayed up through my wedding to someone else. Through pregnancies. Through every birthday I hosted without her. I told myself it didn't matter. But after the Facebook group, the package, the stalking at the park, I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I called a photographer. A friend from college. Quiet, discreet. I told her what I needed and why. She didn't ask questions. Just smiled and said, "You want to rewrite the walls, huh?" We scheduled a session. Matching linen. Same poses. Same backyard. Same angle. Only this time it was me, my husband, my kids, and the family we chose. My in-laws. My best friend. My husband's godmother. Even our mailman came by. He's closer to us than my own brother. We printed it 20 by 30. Matte finish. Custom walnut frame. Then I made a copy of my mother's house key. She keeps a spare under the fake rock by the azaleas. She has for years. She thinks it's subtle. I waited until I knew she'd be out. Midday. Hair appointment. I checked her stylist's calendar online. I walked through her house like a ghost. Touched nothing. Except the wall above the fireplace. I took the old photo down. I left ours in its place. I didn't break anything. I didn't hide the original. I left it in her kitchen, on the counter, with a yellow sticky note that said, "This is my family now. You are no longer the curator of my past." I left. She never called. But she posted. Oh, did she post? A black square on Instagram. Captioned, "Sometimes your children become strangers. Sometimes they erase you while smiling." Dozens of comments. All the usual suspects. My brother liked it. My ex's sister commented, "That's what happens when you spoil them too much. They think they can rewrite reality." I didn't respond. I just blocked them all. A week later, I heard from a cousin, one of the few left on speaking terms. "She replaced it," she said. "Your photo. She took it down." I expected that. But what I didn't expect, she replaced it with a blank canvas. Not a painting. Not a new photo. Just a white square. In the same walnut frame. Empty. And that's when I knew I'd won. Because now, every time she walks into her living room, she doesn't see him. She doesn't see the fantasy family she clung to. She doesn't see me either. She sees what she made. A blank space where a daughter used to be. She filled that wall with ghosts for years. And I exorcised them. Quietly. Permanently. The last thing she said to me in the group chat before I left was this: "You used to be the heart of this family." She's right. But I'm not anymore. I'm the one who removed the heart. And left silence in its place. The kind that echoes. The kind that burns colder than fire. Because some people don't deserve a dramatic ending. They deserve the slow horror of realizing they were never the main character in your story. Just a footnote. In a frame that no longer exists.